Hey everybody, I am back and much more awake this time. Had a nice full night's sleep last night, 8 or 9 hours, and it really makes a difference. A night and day difference, I guess you could say, and there's a pun in there somewhere. But we are still here in Pewter City, and before we head out, we of course have one very important thing to do, and that is to take on the Pewter City Gym, home of the rock-type Pokemon trainer Brock, who I'm sure you guys are all familiar with, even if you haven't played the games. Yo, legend in the making! You look really rocking! Are you battling the gym leaders of Kanto? They must be different guys, cause, obviously. They're strong and dedicated people, just like Johto's gym leaders. That they are, but so far they haven't been too challenging. Some more than others, obviously. The trainers of this gym use Rock-type Pokemon. Rock-type Pokemon have high defense. Battles could end up going a long time. Are you ready for this? They have high defense, but a lot of weaknesses. Rock Pokemon are weak to water, grass, steel, fighting, ground, and Rhydon is ground and rock, so it is doubly weak to grass. This should be a pretty easy knockout. I don't remember if Rhydon can have the ability Sturdy or not. I don't think so. But even if it could, Sturdy doesn't gain the one-hit knockout effect until Generation 5. And there it acts sort of like a Focus Sash where you can't kill a Pokemon in just one shot. I think Rock-type is tied with, I'm not sure what he was saying there, is tied with Grass and Ice for the most weaknesses. I think they all have 5. And of course if a Pokemon is any 2 of those 3 types, I think all those combinations exist, then they have quite a number of weaknesses. Golem is also rock and ground, so it should also take a lot of damage from a Petal Dance. This might end up being a pretty quick gym. A lot of people think that ground is weak to ice, but it's not. And actually rock is good against ice. Ice is even against rock, but ice is good against ground, and in Gen 1 most rock Pokemon were also ground type. Alright, so just like in Gen 1, getting to Brock was pretty easy, and you actually can go around his trainers if you don't even want to face them. But I'd recommend it for some experience. So we didn't really even spend any power points there. Let's just go on and face Brock himself and hope he's a little bit more challenging. Wow, it's not often that we get a challenger from Johto. I'm Brock, the Pewter City Gym Leader. I'm an expert on Rock-type Pokemon. My Pokemon are impervious to most physical attacks. You'll have a hard time inflicting any damage. Come on. Well, the way around that is just using special attacks. Especially special grass and water attacks. Alright, he does have 5 Pokemon. Starts with a Graveler. I imagine he's going to have a Golem too. I wonder if he's going to have an Onix or a Steelix. My guess is he has Onix for this match, and probably Steelix for the rematch. Not too afraid to lock ourselves into a Petal Dance. Earthquake might be enough to defeat it, but Earthquake is a physical move, and like they said, rock types do have high defense, so it's possible he might survive. See, he should lead with like a Tyranitar or a Hippowdon or something to get a Sandstorm going. That would really help his Pokemon's special defense. But I suppose Tyranitar might be too powerful, and Hippowdon is ground, not rock. Safeguard, not too interested in that. It prevents your team from getting status ailments for 5 turns, but otherwise kind of a waste of a turn. And there's his Onix. Let's see if this is his best. 54, so probably. We are still locked into Petal Dance. Wonder what happens if you override your Petal Dance with Safeguard. Do you still keep using Petal Dance till it wears off, and that's your very last Petal Dance, or does it interrupt the attack? I imagine it would interrupt the attack, but not entirely sure. Alright, Cherry is confused. I could switch out, but since we are also doubly effective against Kabutops, which is a water and rock type, let's go for it. So I'm guessing he has a Omastar as well, and either Aerodactyl or Golem. Might also have a Johto Pokemon, like Magcargo, or what else is rock type? Sudowoodo. That'd be kind of disappointing though. Homestar, so the only one I don't know is his last Pokemon. And using Protect there is smart because it means, yep, best case scenario for him, I hit myself in Confusion. Worst case scenario, I hit a Protect. So, kind of a win-win or win-break-even for him. We are still confused. That answers that question. But he wasn't so lucky this turn. And I'm pretty sure this will be a knockout on Omastar. There it is. Alright, so far so good. And a Rhyhorn, not even Rhydon. Wow, that's actually really disappointing. It itches, it itches! What itches? It's always interesting seeing how this character of Brock is different or the same as the character from the TV show. In some ways, this one definitely seems to be a little older, a little more professional, interested in his scholarly studies, but in some ways they also seem rather similar. The Brock in the show is definitely more exuberant than the in-game Brocks tend to be. Mostly. Your Pokemon's powerful attacks overcame my rock-hard resistance. You're stronger than I expected. Go ahead, take this badge. And we got the Boulder Badge, usually the first badge you get in Kanto, but in our case, the 6th. I really enjoyed the battle with you, Joe. I'll give you the move Rock Slide too. It can sometimes cause your foe to flinch. Yeah, the trick there is you have to have faster Pokemon to even have a chance at a flinch. And Rock Pokemon tend to be slow. The world is huge. There are still many strong trainers like you. Just wait and see. I'm going to become a lot stronger too. Alright, well, look forward to our rematch once you do, Brock, but hopefully you get like a Tyranitar and a Steelix and some other strong Pokemon. Maybe a Rhyperior? That'd be cool. But, not sure if he does or not. Guess time will tell. Alright, so that actually did not take any time at all. No use going to the Pokemon Center, we're not really that injured. A few power points and some self-inflicted confusion damage is about all we took. I could grab Ho-Oh for Fly, but I think it might be just as fast to use Repel. And head through Viridian Forest one more time. We could use Cut, but I've already replaced Cut with, of course, Stone Edge, so Viridian Forest is the way to go. There's the music. Well, kind of. A little bit of a more pleasant sounding remix. I missed the scary part, or the scary version from Gen 1. We did fight these guys, right? Pretty sure we did. Yeah. If I can find a way to get my, to record my, do we look at this area yet? Oh, can't go back there. To record a leaf green game, then I'd love to do that at some point, but probably not for a while because I still have quite a few games to play. Alright, nothing down there really. We already fought these two guys. Yep. So I think we should be ready to reach Viridian City. Just like the song goes, On the Road to Viridian City. It's one of those classic songs from the Pokemon soundtrack. I think there was like a hidden item here in like Gen 1, but I guess now it's just a tree. So be it. Alright, let's take a few minutes and explore Viridian City. Since we do have some extra time. Many items on the ground in Viridian Forest. I think he says that in Gen 1 too. Trainer House. Not too concerned about what's in there though, I don't think there's anything unique. Best of the best downstairs. That sounds fun, but... Let's check it out. He's taking a rest upstairs. I feel like this is something to do with like link battles though. Oh, there is a trainer there. Or is this like Battle Tower? The Pokewalker will bring your friends here. Sure, can I face an NPC? I think I see an NPC down there, so let's give it a shot. But I think if you like mix records or whatever it is, or use the Pokewalker, I guess, with your friends, then you can face their teams here, which is kind of... I mean, it could be fun, but unless you actually like face your teams in battle, or your enemies' teams in battle, it's kind of, you're kind of going to end up just facing like random Pokemon. Like, is this going to be the guy I traded with? My other version that has like Hoot and Togetic and all those random Pokemon. Cal. No, I don't think so. I think he's just like a random NPC trainer they put in there. And because we're level 50, yeah, we're down leveled, so that means we almost certainly will not get experience, but least we might get a cool battle out of it. It is... was it 3-on-3 or 6v3? I feel like it was 6v3. So as you can tell, Meganium is very bulky. Energy is a pretty good move. It's a base power 80 special attack. So a little less than Petal Dance, but the benefit is that you're not locked into Petal Dance. And you don't get confused. Got the Paralysis, very nice. Looks like Meganium has a berry or leftovers. Citrus berry. Toxic, that's not good. That's a good move for a defensive Pokemon like Meganium because it puts a time limit on how long Cherry is going to stick around. Even if I use Synthesis to heal, Toxic's damage will keep doubling again and again, or increasing again and again. And using Protect is a good combination move because it will help this Meganium stall out the poison damage. Fully paralyzed, it must have tried to use Protect because it was faster, although since I'm down leveled, maybe it was faster anyway. Wasn't really paying too much attention to their speed. I think it might Protect, so... well, doesn't matter, it was fully paralyzed, but... even though I'm only delaying the inevitable, sometimes there is value in delaying things. You can probably get a few more attacks off on the enemy Meganium, and as long as it doesn't know Synthesis... oh, I hit the wrong button. Now if we Petal Dance into a Protect, does that count as activating it? Like, are we still locked into it? I don't think so. Yeah, you can see a Toxic is really starting to do damage now. Alright, not good, not good. I could switch out Cherry, but if I brought Cherry in later, he would still take lots of poison damage. Let's see if he can get off one more attack. Alright, good job, Cherry. Unfortunately, that Meganium is built for stalling, and my Meganium just doesn't have moves that are super effective against grass types. I'm not sure Meganium can actually learn any, so it might have been a bad matchup. But let's send in Raw just for something not super obvious. I feel like Fire is a little too obvious there. And we'll get another chance to use our Mega Horn ability, and it'll miss, of course. So, bringing in Magmortar would have been the safer play, but with 5 versus 3 or 2.5 or 2 1/4, whatever you want to call that, about a third of their health and paralyzed, I'm not too worried. Alright, 1 down, 2 to go. Typhlosion, okay, so this guy probably just has all 3 starters. Could save Rod for Alligator. It'd be a better matchup for sure, but... oh, Stone Edge. That might not be a 1-hit KO, but it should do a lot of damage. And it does have a higher crit chance. The question is, can we survive a Flamethrower when we're already weakened from whatever move Meganium used? And the answer is no. I feel like if Rod was fully maxed out on health, then he might have had a chance, but not as is. Alright, let's play it a little safe now. And I'm not sure Typhlosion's faster, but I'm pretty sure it can't do anything to Leah either way. It was faster, so in that case I'm very glad I Rain Danced. Focus Blast is actually a pretty good ability. That's a good coverage move. Only neutral against Leah, of course, being a fighting, but 120 base power off Typhlosion. Yeah, a crit was almost a knockout, not quite. So, while Rain will have the damage of his fire attacks, even a Flamethrower should knock me out at 21 HP. Although, you know, probably not, because I doubly resisted and in the rain. I would wager that Leah can survive a Flamethrower. I almost want to like use Ice Beam or Rain Dance again just to see, but I imagine Typhlosion might just use Focus Blast, so not going to risk it. Let's go for Surf. If somebody is really interested, they can run the damage calc, but I don't know, I think Leah could probably survive. Maybe it's like 2 hit points, but that's all you really need. Alright, and of course now that it's raining, Leah will be the fastest thing on the field by far. So, while Surf isn't good against Feraligatr, well, let's think about this. Surf is not very effective, so let me just do some quick mental math. Yeah, even after, because Dragon Pulse also gets stabbed, it'll be a better move. If it didn't, then Surf would be better. And the Mystic Water helps as well, but because we are Water and Dragon type, that's the way to go. Unfortunately, Leah will be going down to a crunch here, but she did a very nice job, and Alas, Meganium is fainted. Bringing Cian in during the rain seems like a really unwise choice. I could bring in Kroot, but it probably knows Waterfall or something like that. Let's bring in Olive. I actually think that Cian could probably do a decent job. I'm hearing a little bit of crackling on my headset. I don't know if that's just static. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing that in the recording, but if you are, I apologize. It's not on your end, it is on my end. So, do not adjust your television sets, as they used to say. I'll play back the recording or something and see if it's an issue. Although I probably will only be doing one episode tonight because I have a big meeting in the morning and I need to get sleep for that. Wow, is that oh, in the rain, right. So the rain really backfired there. Let's use an Aura Sphere just so it's guaranteed to hit. Good job, Olive, for hanging in there. I do think Tyranitar could have survived a waterfall even in the rain, although it would have been close. So this might have actually been a close battle despite being 6v3. A little embarrassing, but hey, a win's a win. Oh, we got a battle point. That's cool. Only one, but for one battle, I'll take that. I should battle this guy every day. Can I battle somebody else? No. Can I keep going? Do I have to heal? Okay, my team is automatically healed. Can we keep going? No, I guess maybe he's like the default person, and then if you like trade with other games, they appear here as well. But I'm guessing we can only battle them like once per day. Once per day, yeah, she just said it. No use going back inside again. Well, thank you for the battle, Cal. I feel like Cal might be the default name for your player. Oh, makes sense. Because Viridian is close to Indigo Plateau, they built the house for trainers to practice at. We have a Pokemon, shouldn't be anything new there. Pretty small town, as you can see. Let's head up to the real highlight, which of course is the gym. Looks like the gym might be closed, though. This gym didn't have a leader. A young man from Pallet Town became the leader, but he's often away. Oh, there's a big hint for you guys. Almost a reveal. If you didn't know it already, you probably did. But, narrows it down quite a bit. There was a guy over here, that guy who gave you Dream Eater. We don't have Cut, but we do have Surf. And that works just as well. Oh, most have dozed off in the sun. Had a dream about a drowsy eating my dream. Weird, huh? Huh? What's this? Where did this TM come from? This is spooky. Here, you can have it. TM85. Is Dream Eater still a TM? I guess it is. Yeah, okay. Once again, he gives you Dream Eater, just like in Generation 1, if my memory is correct. So that's cool. Our Gengar does know Dream Eater. It's a very powerful Psychic type attack. 100 base power, 100% accuracy, and it heals 50% of the damage it inflicts. Just like Mega Drain or one of those moves. But the caveat is you can only use it against a sleeping Pokemon. So, you don't see it used very often. Alright guys, we are heading kind of in inverse order to the town where we would have started if we were playing one of the Generation 1 games, or any of the Kanto-based games. Luckily, I think we can go down to Pallet Town, avoiding grass. On the way back, we might have to run through some. But because Brock's battle... Oh, there's some trainers here. So trainer or wild battle, let's do a trainer. It won't take that much longer, and it'll be better experience. Alright, so I was going to say that because we already beat Brock so quickly, we could take a short detour to talk to Professor Oak, but actually I might want to do one more thing, because it is technically Wednesday now. It's after midnight. And I think we can do the thing we were going to do on Monday. Although I might want to grab Ho out of the PC first. In fact, I'm pretty sure I do. Avalanche is super effective, and I think it does double damage if you go second, so... Kind of surprised I didn't do more, but I think that's because Avalanche is a physical attack and Jinx is a special attacker. So that's probably why it wasn't really that painful. Oh, so close to 55, and we're confused. And we're against a fire type. So this guy actually has a pretty good team. And Ice Psychic type, I bet he's going to have Electabuzz. That would make sense. Those three have always been like a trio. I've always thought it's a shame that Jinx never got a evolution when Magmar and Electabuzz was. That could have been a very interesting Pokemon. It got a baby Pokemon in Gen 2, same as these two, but never an evolution. I guess there was some kind of like scandal about it, where they people thought Jinx was based on blackface performers. It's actually based on some kind of like Japanese dancer, but that was the perception, so they had to change Jinx to purple, and yeah. I'm guessing that might have been the reason Jinx was not featured as prominently in later games. Or, as far as I know, in TV show episodes either. Which is a shame, because there were some really good ones where like Jinx had a bunch of, or Santa had a bunch of Jinx. I was about to say Jinx had a bunch of Santa. That'd be funny if there was like a psychic Jinx that enslaved all the Santas in the world. Now that would be interesting. But, I feel like there's an episode, yep, Electabuzz, I was right. I feel like there was like an episode where like the Jinx made like a big barrier around the North Pole to protect Santa, and Ash was there. It was like a really weird episode, but it was pretty cool. At least as far as I remember. I haven't seen it in at least 10 years, I'm sure. I'm sure they're like Stantler featured now, maybe some, probably Delibird. A lot of Christmassy Pokemon. And they're usually plentiful in Pokemon Go around the holiday season. I think they did an event this year too. I don't play as much as I used to, but I did see a lot of Sneasel and Swinoob and stuff around, and Spheal. Basically ice types. What's up, Perry? Sup, it's Perry. Nothing can match my Onix. Yesterday we spotted a wild Graveler. We were debating whether to catch it or just gain experience. Then came along another guy and caught it. How about that? Well, gotta go for it while you can. Alright, let's make the rest of our way to Pallet Town later on. I'm gonna face this guy, and then we want to head to another really cool battle. This one should definitely be tougher than Brock. Can't promise it'll be tough, but then again, if that 50 on 50 battle was tough, this actually might be pretty tough, so we'll have to make sure we are on our A game. Unfortunately, I am training up a Pokemon that's already level 55, but that's okay. I think at this point we're pretty much set for the last two gyms and the upcoming battle. And then I will need to do some training before we do like the gym leader rematches and some other really fun battles. But I probably will do the Johto stuff I was talking about, the Ruins of Alph, and catching some legendaries in between, because that's not really an experience thing, that you can do that pretty much whenever. Oh no! Cherry's confused. I'm surprised Cherry's faster than Pidgeot. Pidgeot's really fast, and Meganium's kind of medium speed. Let's use Body Slam. Alright, 50% chance, this is it! Oh, and we did not get lucky there. That's okay, we'll save our luck for the battle to come. I'd much rather have it there. I was thinking a little about even the team I was going to train in Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu, which is going to be probably at least a year away at this rate, but I do plan to do a Let's Play of it eventually. And I was thinking, oh, it'd be really cool to do a Mega Pidgeot, because I've always loved Pidgeot, haven't trained one since that very first game I made, and now that it has a Mega Evolution, it's actually pretty powerful, at least for in-game play. But unfortunately, one of the things that makes Pidgeot so powerful, or Mega Pidgeot so powerful, is that it can learn Hurricane. And it has a very high special attack stat, and Hurricane is a very high base power stat, but or base power move. But for whatever reason, in Let's Go, Pidgeot does not have Hurricane as part of its moveset, so they really kind of dumbed down that game too much, in my opinion. I get that it's supposed to be a game for like people completely new to the series, and that's great, but like, why not give them Hurricane? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So you'd have to use like Air Slash, and in that case, I would just train a Tokus at that point. Because, as you've seen, Serene Grace is very good with that move. But we are going to put Olive in the PC for now, just because we might need to fly. And we will be on our way. Let me heal up, though, because that will be important. Like I said, need to be on our A game here. A for Arabelle, right? Alright, so instead of heading south, we are going to head west this time. And normally when you're in Gen 1, as I'm sure most of you guys know, let me just check the town map. That's the radio. There's the town map. You start at Pallet Town and go around this way. And then when you're all done, you come back to Viridian City. The gym is closed, just like it is in this game, and once again, just like this game, you can only fight the Viridian Gym once you have the 7 other badges. I think in Gold and Silver, you actually don't need to have the other 7 badges, you just need to find the gym leader. And we'll find him later on, but not yet. But either way, we cannot face the gym quite yet. Almost made it through the field, not quite. But I do want to head this way just to show you guys it's over here, and to remind myself it's over here, because I honestly don't remember what it looks like anymore. I remember what it looked like in Generation 1, which was that really cool area where you had to present your badges and you kind of reminisce the whole game, and it felt really intimidating with the scary music. Let's Surf, just because I think Surf is less likely to have a wild Pokemon battle than the grass would be. This is where you can catch like Nidoran in red and blue or Mankey in yellow. Kind of diversify your team a bit early on in the game. I always like when they add sort of rare, powerful Pokemon, like Ralts is a good example. Flabébé, I guess, would be one in the newer games. Alright, so you guys see where we are now. Welcome to Mount Silver, east of the Kanto region, north for the Elite Four, but you should know that already since you defeated the champion. Nice that he references that. But, yep, even though we can now go east to Viridian City, or north to the Pokemon League, south to whatever route that was where we first entered, we still cannot yet access Mount Silver. Not until we have all 16 badges. And in fact, I would recommend waiting to rematch the Elite Four first and do everything else in the game before you come here, because that is the home of the strongest trainer in the whole game. And I'm not even sure if in this version, if you can go there without defeating the Elite Four in the rematch. Alright, so this is Victory Road. We do, I think, need Strength. I guess we do have Ho-Oh, but since we have Ho-Oh, let's just save some time and use Fly. We've been through Victory Road once, no reason to do it again. I just wanted to see if the gatehouse was really right there, if there was a little more to it, but apparently this area has been changed quite a bit. Sort of surprising, because usually it's hard to change a mountainous area, but I guess the Pokemon League has lots of money from defeating all those wannabe champions and getting all the proceedings. I wonder if they like keep a small cut, but then the rest goes to the Pokemon League Foundation or something to upkeep this giant building and pay for events and things. It'd be really cool to see their budget. Alright, so before we do anything else, we are going to take out Olive, and no, we are not facing the Pokemon League. They are not yet upgraded, so it wouldn't be any harder than what we did before. And while I was thinking I might do some training against them, I think at this point our Pokemon are already level like 55, 56, or 54, 55, which is close enough, so I'm not too worried. That might even make things a little more challenging, which could be fun. But I do want to face somebody else here, and I think I know how this is going to start, so let's put Rod in the lead, and let's see what happens when we walk up these stairs. Nothing. Wow, that's disappointing. Okay. So it is Wednesday. Now it's possible there's another trigger that I haven't done yet. But from what I read online, it didn't seem like you needed to do that before this event would occur. Let me try going down here into Victory Road again. And if not, then I'm going to apologize for hyping you guys up, but nope. Okay, so I'll go ahead and tell you what I thought was going to happen. You remember how we met our rival at Mount Moon, and he said he would be training in Dragon's Den in particular. You can find him training there, I think, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I think I don't know if it's the first time you double battle with him or if it's only a certain day of the week, you get to face Claire and Lance with him. But I want to make sure our Pokemon are a little stronger before we face Claire and Lance, because Lance's Pokemon in particular are very high level. But it didn't sound like you had to do that first to face your rival here in the Pokemon League. But I guess that's actually the case, so that's really unfortunate. I was looking forward to this battle, because I think we're at a good level where battling him now would be really fun. By the time we work with him to defeat Lance and come back and defeat him here, I don't think he's going to pose much of a challenge at all. Even at Mount Moon, that wasn't much of a challenge, so it's kind of a shame that we're not going to have a really close battle against our rival again. But, yeah, not much I can really do about that, so I apologize for not having a cool ending to this video, but I can say that when we come back, we'll probably head to Johto now that we're already in Johto. You can fly there from here. And we will do the Battle Tower, maybe a couple more just, what do you call them? Frontier Brain fights, because I can get to them pretty easily, it seems, and I think it'd be cool to show those. Plus, we do need the battle points for Seed Bomb, Outrage, and maybe even Earthquake for Rod here before we go into the true end game. So yeah, and then legendaries, like I said, that'll be cool to capture Entei and Raikou, and I guess Suicune too. I'll have to find. Maybe Suicune's only up at that area once you defeat a Misty. That seems likely actually, because he wouldn't be there when she's also there. So why don't we go back to that area and see if Suicune is also there? And in fact, you know what? Why don't we? Well, I'm not gonna do it now just because if I did now, I'd want to start the next episode with fighting Suicune, and I want to just do that separately. So it'll probably be Battle Tower first, then the Legendary Dogs, then Ruins of Alph, but who knows what order we'll do it in. Anyway, I need to get to sleep, and I'm sure you guys are waiting for me to end the episode so you can get on to the next one, so I will go ahead and do that. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all next time.